Hi there. Hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I will teach you how to solve equations involving fractions. Of course, there is a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one, to solve these kind of questions. So first of all, the easiest way is to get rid of the fraction first. So in this case here, the fractions is this term here. And we need to get rid of 2 first. Now to do this, we need to times 2 on every term. So this term here, we times 2 because we want to get rid of the 2 here. And then we need to times 2 on this term. And we need to times 2 on these terms as well. So to simplify this, so 2 times x is 2x. And we add, so these 2 cancel out. Now, because of this positive here, so we do not need to bracket the 2x minus 1. Just keep that in mind. Now, if this is a minus, because it's minus the whole lot, so we have to brackets, okay? But in this case, because of plus, we don't have to. But if you put brackets, still correct. Nothing wrong with that, okay? So now on the right-hand side, we have 2 times 3. And 2 times 3 is 6. So I just write this down. So there you go. So now what we need to do is we'll collect like terms. So we have 2x, and then we add another 2x. So that will give me 4x. So that will give me 4x, which is equal to, and the 1 here, we move this on that side, so that becomes plus 1. And we have 1 plus 6, so that will give me 7. So that will give me 7 here. So now what I do, I just get rid of this 4, I divide this by 4, and I divide this by 4. So therefore, x is equal to 7 divided by 4 is 1, remainder 3. So 3 over 4. Otherwise, I can just quickly use calculator to work this out. So I just go 7 divided by 4. So that give me 1.75. If I want mixed numeral, I just go shift SD button. So 1 and 3/4. So there you go. Second one. Again, we need to get rid of the fraction first. To do this, we need to times 5 for every term because we need to get rid of this 5 here. So we times 5, this term here, and then on the x, we times by 5. And this, we need to times 5 as well. To simplify, so 5 times x is 5x. And 2 times 5 is 10. So we write this down. And then on the right-hand side, this cancel out. So that will give me 3x plus 2. So there you go. So what I do now is I move x on one side and then the number on the other side. So in this case, this 3x here, I move on this side, becomes minus 3x. So let me just write 5x down first. And the 3x, we move on that side, becomes minus 3x. And then we have positive 10 here. I move on that side, becomes minus 3. So now it's equal to, so this 2, I write this down. So positive 10, move on this side, minus 10, opposite side. So now I just collect like terms. We have 5x and we minus 3x. So 5 minus 3 is 2. So 2x. If that is equal to, so 2 minus 10. So I can just simply use calculator. 2 minus 10 give me negative 8. So it's minus 8. And then now what I do, I divide it by 2 on this side. And I divide by 2 on this side. That cancel out. So now 8 divided by 2 is 4. So that is negative 4. Otherwise, you can just put down on your calculator. Minus 8 divided by 2 should give you negative 4. So therefore, x is equal to negative 4. So there you go. Third one. Again, we just need to get rid of the fraction first. So we have 2 here and 6 here. And we know that 6 is multiple of 2. So you can times everything by 6 if you like. Otherwise, you can go 2 times 6 is 12. you time every term by 12. So whichever way you like, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you still get the same result. So let's just times everything by 6. So if I times every term by 6, so this term by 6, and this term here is brackets. So we time by 6 because the whole lot time by 6, and this time by 6. So now we just go simplify the term. So 6 times 5 is 30, or 5 times 6 is 30. And then we have 6 and 2, so that gives me 3. So now we just go minus, don't forget brackets because more than one term. So the whole lot times by 3. So x plus 1. And now these two we can cancel out. So left with x. So this is x here. And what I do now is I just expand the bracket first. So we expand this out. So let me just write 30 first. And 3 times x is 3x. So let me minus 3x. And then minus 3 times 1, it gives me negative 3. So just write down minus 3. And you can, of course, use calculator if you're not very good with your directed number. And nothing wrong with that. You can always use calculator. So the x, I write this down. So what I do now is I just move x on one side and number on the other side. So we have negative 3x here. And we have x here. Better if we move this on this side. So now on the left hand side, we're left with 30 minus 3. Let me just write this down first. So 30 minus 3. That will give me x plus 3x. Because the minus 3x, you move on one side, becomes plus 3x. So now we just collect like terms. So this 30 minus 3 is 27. And x plus 3x, so 1x plus 3x is 4x. So left with 4x. So what I do, I get rid of the 4 because 4 times x. We solve for x, so we get rid of this 4 by doing opposite. Okay, so divide by 4, we divide by 4 on this side. So that cancel out. So therefore, x is equal to 4 go to 27 is 6 times because 6 times 4 is 24 and remainder 3. So 3 over 4. Otherwise, you can just put down on a calculator. So 27 divided by 4 should give me 6 and 3/4. Question 4. So what we need to do is we get rid of the 3 because we want all the fractions disappear. So we want to get rid of the 3. Okay, so time every term by 3. So this term, we time this by 3. And this term, that is 5 times 3. And this time by 3. And this time by 3. So that we can cancel this 3. So now we live with 3x plus 2. And we have 5 times 3 is 15, but minus 15, okay? And then 3 times 3, this term here, give me 9. And then we have 2x times 3, so which is 6x, but it's minus 6x because it's minus 2 in front. So negative 6x. So there you go. So what I do now is I just move letter on one side, numbers on the other side. So to do this, easier if I move this negative 6x, go to this side. And this positive 2, I move on this side, becomes minus 2. And this negative 15, move on this side, becomes plus 15. So let me just write this down. So the 3x, I write this out first, 3x. And then the negative 6x, move on this side, become positive or plus 6x. 9, I write it down first. So positive 2, I move on that side, becomes negative 2 or minus 2, okay? And minus 15, move on that side, becomes plus 15. So there you go. Now I'm just collecting the like terms. So we have 3x, we add another 6x. So that should give me 9x. So that is 9x. So that is equal to, so we just go 9 minus 2 plus 15. I simply just put that on the calculator. So that will give me 9 minus 2 plus 15. So there you go, 22. So 22. So now I just divide by 9 on both sides. So divide by 9, divide by 9. So therefore, x is equal to 9 go to 22 is 2 times 4 over 9. Otherwise, just put that on the calculator. So 22 divided by 9. You should get 2 and 4 over 9. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? So let me go through it with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So first one is what we need to do is we get rid of these 2. By how? By times 2 on every term. So I just times 2 on this term. Now this is more than 1, so I times this by 2. So I times this by 2, I times this by 2. So these 2 cancel out. That's why we need to times 2. So the numerator only leave with x plus 1. And this term here is 2 times x, give me 2x. So now that give me, so 5 times 2 on the right hand side is 10. So now what I do is I move letter on one side, number on the other side. So now I just move this one here, positive 1, move on this side becomes minus 1. And now I just collect like terms. So you have x and we add 2x. So x plus 2x is 3x. So I write this down. This is 3x. And then the positive 1, of course, I move that side, become minus 1. So 10 minus 1 is 9. So the answer is 9. There you go. So I just get rid of this 3 by divide by 3 on both sides. So now 9 divided by 3 is 3. So therefore, x is equal to 3. So let me write this down. So therefore, x is 3. There you go. Second one. So we have 2 and 6 on the denominator. So the common denominator or the lowest common multiple of 6 and 2 is 6. Otherwise, you can times every term by 12. No, it doesn't really matter because 2 times 6 is 12. So you times every term by 12. Otherwise, you times by 6. Doesn't really matter, okay? Just keep that in mind. So I times, let's just times everything by 6. See what happened, okay? So I times this by 6. 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 So that should give me, so this term here, I cancel, that give me 3. So now we just have 3 times 3x on the top here. And then you have 6 times 1 is 6, but minus 1 times 6. So it should give me minus 6. And then on the right hand side, so this one here, 6 you cancel with that. So left with 5x. So 5x. And 3 times 6. So 3 times 6 is 18. So plus 18. So let me just tidy up first. So you got 3 times 3 is 9. And the 6, I write it down. And I just copy on the right hand side. So there you go. So what I do now is I just move x on one side, numbers on the other side. So this minus 6 here. So I move on that side. So it should give me plus 6. And we have 5x. That means positive 5x. I move on that side becomes minus 5x. So I just write this down. So we have 9x minus 5x. So that give me 18 here. I move this, so it become plus 6. So what I do now, I collect like terms. So we have 9x and then we minus 5x. So 9 minus 5 is 4. Otherwise, just put down on the calculator. 9 minus 5 should give you 4. So we have 4x on the left hand side. And we have 18 plus 6. So 18 plus 6 is 24. So we write 24 down. And then we divide everything by 4 because we get rid of this 4 here. So therefore, x is equal to, so 24 divided by 4 is 6. Otherwise, just put that on the calculator. You should get 6. Last one. So we have 3 and 5 down the bottom. So just go 3 times 5 is 15. So we times every term by 15, okay? So let me just clear this first. So I times this by 15. I times this term by 15. I times this term by 15. And because of the top here, we have more than one term, we can just bracket it. And this one, we just bracket it, okay? Because it's more than one term times 15. And what I do, and we can see this 15 and 3, we cancel out, that give me 5. So now I just write this down. So that give me 5 times the whole lot, which is plus 4, which is equal to, and this term here, 5 and 15, we can cancel out, that give me 3. So that becomes 3 times 2x minus 1. And then 15 times 1 is 15. I got 15. So there you go. So what I do now is I just remove the brackets, expanding the brackets if you like. So we just go 5 times x is give me 5x. So that's 5x. And we have 5 times 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. So just write 20. And that's equal. So we have 2 times 3 or 3 times 2x. So that give me 6. So 6x. And we got 3 times negative 1. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And then you go 15, we add them up. So there you go. So now what I do, I put letter on one side and numbers on the other side. So the x here, which is moved to this side, becomes minus 6x. And this number here, we have positive 20. I move on the side, should give me minus 20. So let me just write this down. So on the left hand side, we only have 5x. But then we move the 6x on this side, become minus 6x. Don't forget, okay? And on the right hand side, we have minus 3 or negative 3. We add 15. However, we move the 20 on that side as well. So it becomes negative 20. Because plus 20, move on that side becomes minus 20. So there you go. So now I'm just collecting the like terms. So you have 5 minus 6. So 5 minus 6 is negative 1. So that becomes minus 1x. But we do not write minus 1x. We just write minus x or negative x. Okay. So that will give me. So on the right hand side. So what we do, we just go 15 minus 20 is negative 5. And then negative 5, we're going to minus another 3. So negative 8. Otherwise, just put that on your calculator. You should get negative 8. Okay. So that give me negative 8. So now divide by both sides by negative. You should get x is equal to 8. So therefore, x is equal to 8. And hope you got all of them correct. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.